My name is Beatrice Oyange. I come from Kenya and my country is in Africa. I am an elementary school teacher. I teach basically new maths and science. In our school, let me just show you where our school is found. This is the map of Africa, and we'll find Kenya at this corner here. The presentation is about the Little Globe Voices. This presentation emphasizes that Globe resources provide standardized approach for students to develop research skills, collaborate with other scientists, and share their findings globally. It focuses on the results of engaging young minds in research to discover their interests and potential career paths. It will also show how research empowers young learners to become informed and innovative contributors to the society. You can see there our little picture of our Little Globe Voices. These are the youngest children I have in my club. They are grade 4 students. You'll meet them in the coming slides. So Globe program is organized in terms of we carry it out as a club in our school, and we are glad to say that the enrollment has increased over the years. We registered Globe in our school in 2019, and in that year we had 23 students. Right now we have over 73 students. So that is running from the age of 8 and to the age of 18. Take note that we have about, that 73 makes about 10% of the students in the entire school. So our club engagements are always running around the topics that are put here. Sometimes we have trainings for students and teachers. That is depending on what we are covering in that term. If we want to carry out research on mosquitoes, we'll do training on the mosquito protocol. If you want to do something on land cover, we'll do training on the same. Again, another thing that we do, we have field visits for areas of study. We have community service and awareness programs, and we also have collaborations with other institutions so that we can get involved with the professionals to see if what we are doing is in line with what they are also doing. We compare notes and see where we are, and we are happy to report that most of the time we find ourselves in the right line, and this has really influenced our students. Well, I would love to say that the Globe resources have been helpful to our students, to our learning, and we have used quite a number of them in our teaching, in our day-to-day teaching in classrooms. We can see that from what we have here, we were teaching about the Earth as a system. And Earth as a system is a topic that is covered widely in the Globe resources. We also get storytelling with Globe. You see, look at my students here. These are my grade 4 students, and they were enjoying storytelling from an ebook that we found in the Globe resources. Hey, even in our daily curriculum, we're able to use the resources from Globe, where like when I was teaching up, this is just an example, when I was teaching about photosynthesis, I pick out the resources from Globe, then we are able to use it in our classrooms because Globe provides a number of activities which makes it very simple for our students to understand. As a teacher in charge of Globe and as the head of science department in my school, what I do is that I go through the resources, then I share with the science teachers the topics that are covered in the Globe resources that may be able to help them in their teaching. Well, the Globe program club engagements, like we said, we have trainings. We have trainings that is done with the teachers. From the first picture there, we can see Professor Rebecca Boga, who was training our teachers. All the science teachers, not only the Globe teachers are taught, all the science teachers go through the training of the Globe protocol so that they can be able to use them in their classes. We also carry out demonstrations. In our second picture here, we have students learning about how to use the hydrosphere kit. These are grade 4 students. What an opportunity. They're able to learn how to use the hydrosphere kit. They collect water from natural resources. They bring it to the lab and we are able to test them. And I can tell you that right now our students are good at using this kit. They were able to carry out one project which was sent for the IVSS 2023. And one of our previous projects, that is for last year, was on green balconies and terraces, where we had developed, we had decided to cut down. We're cutting the used plastic containers. We were painting them and planting trees, planting little small plants of them, not trees, sorry, planting small plants that can be put in the balconies. And so this is a project that has continued up to this year. You can see our students right here. They are transferring plants into the small containers, which we sell out to the members of the community so that they can put them in their balconies. We also have peer teaching that is done by our students. Once we get a student who has understood a particular protocol or is able to carry out a particular process, the children are allowed to share their knowledge, to learn from one another, which makes it much, much easier for all of them to learn. Data collection is another thing that is done within our club. The children are able to collect data. They're able to actually record their data, and they're able to share their findings with the school community and sometimes with even outside the school community. Field trips. I love field trips. This is the best part of our club. And I remember in one of the interviews that was done by the journalism club in our school, they asked the students why he joined a Globe Club. And the student was like, I just joined because of the field trips. Yes, they like field trips. They want to see the reality on the ground. When they go out and see that what they were learning theoretically is actually happening in the ground. From the first picture, we had visited Moroto. Moroto is an area that is a slum area. And during this time, we were actually carrying out a study on the land use change within Mombasa County. So the students walked around this area for the first time, and they're like, are people living in this place? How are they able to survive? This is an area where we only have one legal toilet. And it's an area where people are continuing to build, and they're encroaching the land, they're building into the seashore. So through these projects, our students were able to identify 2 other projects that we did for IVSS 2023. That was they did the water quality from natural resources in Mombasa, and then they did the effects of poor waste management in the breeding of mosquitoes within this particular slum, how practical Globe is. In the second picture, we're actually studying the waste management in Mwakirunge dumping site. This is a legal dumping site in Mombasa, where all the waste is taken to this point. We can see there's burning going on. And we actually wanted to try to check out the effect of that burning to our environment. That will make our next project. We visited River Kombeni to collect water, which again, the students were checking out the quality of water in this particular river. Buxton Point was another place that we visited this year. It's an area that we visited when we were collecting data on land use change, where the government was actually upgrading the housing that were there before. Yeah. After we have done all the data collection, we have analyzed our data, and we always want to report our findings back to the community. So we carry out community awareness. Green balconies and terraces was one of the projects that was highly appreciated in our community. This is the second picture here. The parents came in during our science fair. They were able to listen to the students who shared their knowledge and what they had found out. And many parents bought our plants, which the money again has helped us in our club to do other projects. We have continued to sell plants each and every week. We sell plants to the community members. Presentation on identification of mosquito species. This is something that was very new to our community. You know, all of us just know that mosquitoes bite, and sometimes we know it's an anopheles mosquito that will cause malaria, and that's all we knew. But when we were able to interact with the Globe resources, we knew that we can be able to use lenses to be able to identify the mosquito larva. This project on identification of mosquito larva was carried out at a time when we had so many cases of chikungunya and dengue reported in our area. So when we did this project, we realized that we had Aedes mosquito, which was prevalent in our area. So we were able to tell the community that it's because of the Aedes mosquitoes which are breeding in our area, that we are getting chikungunya and dengue. So what we did next is we carried out, according to check the third picture, we carried out community awareness, trying to explain to people why we have to make sure that we larvicide. We flip every empty container. We remove any kind of standing water so that we don't have Aedes breeding in our community. Since Aedes will bite during the day, it cannot be controlled by the mosquito nets that most of us are used to during the night. Mosquitoes will bite us during the day, in the classroom, when you're walking, when you're playing in the field. So the best thing is to make sure that we larvicide for a better future. A student, again, in picture 4, a student is trying to show the parents how to use the lenses to identify the mosquito larva. So we carry out community awareness to make sure we share out our findings with the community. We don't just want to do a project and leave it at that. What have we found out? What can we do with the community to make things better? We also have inter-school symposiums where we give out a topic that each school is supposed to work on. Then the topic is shared, we bring in as a competition where we share our findings together as a community. Science exhibition also make another great part of our awareness programs. This involves the entire school, and each class is given a topic to cover depending on the theme of the year. We do collaborate with other institutions so that we can meet the professionals to tell us, to make sure that we are on the right track. We compare our findings. In the picture 1, we had visited the Pwani University, and we were able to share with the Pwani students and the lecturers what we had found out, and they also guided us on how to make our study better. Second picture, our students visited the Coast Works, Waterworks to compare their findings on the water quality. They had already picked water, collected water from different parts from different sources. They checked the quality of water. And when we went for this particular visit to Coast Waterworks, we carried water from the sources to go and check again if what we had done was right. We also had a nice time visiting the hospital, Chuda Sub-County Hospital, which is the hospital that is found within the Moroto slum where we were carrying out our projects for 2023 IVSS, effect of poor waste management within in the breeding of mosquitoes within the slum. So we visited Chuda Sub-County Hospital, and to confirm our findings, we realized that there were so many reported cases of dengue and chikungunya between January 2022 and February 2023 when we were actually carrying out the project. So this one confirmed that the Aedes mosquitoes were truly prevalent in Moroto slum. We also visited the Mombasa Governor's Office to discuss our findings on land use change when we were carrying out the project on land use change. We wanted to know what the government is planning to do with, especially we were really concerned about the waste management within our county. And we were also looking at the new developments that were coming up in our county. Well, at this point, I would like you to listen to Globe from the students' perspective. Our first students here, we have students from grade 7, Prayosha Budeo and Soraya Firth. Those are students who attended the Globe annual meeting 2022. Okay, just let them. Oh, sorry. Find it just a minute. Where did it go? Okay.
My name is Soraya Bonpat and I'm 12 years old. Hello, my name is Pressure Buddha and I'm 12 years old. And we have been Globe students since 2019. Globe has helped me understand the research methods and the world in depth. And through Globe, we have learned how to write reports on our own and look at the various protocols from pedosphere to atmosphere. Through Globe, through our 2022 annual meeting, we had a lot of fun. Made new friends, learned people around the world and how we made and we also made new projects with our new teammates. It was fun making friends with everyone and learning new things. And it was also good to see how everybody in the world comes together to make the world a better place. Thank you.
Wow, that is Soraya and Prayosha of grade 7. We now have Manal Gulam, our pioneer student. She was with us since the time we started Globe in 2019, and she has this to say.
Hello, my name is Manal. I'm a student from Sri Sundaram Academy, and I've been doing Globe since it first started in our school in 2019. Globe has been an amazing experience so far. It has helped me realize that I can take an active role in solving problems in our community by using the scientific method to come up with solutions. Globe has helped me gain skills such as writing a full research report and learning how to present my findings to the community. Globe has helped me gain international exposure by taking part in the annual IVSS. It has helped me make connections with other people, other students around the world. Globe has been amazing, and I'm grateful for this opportunity to take part in the Globe program. Thank you.
Wow. Well, Globe has really been helpful to us since we have been able to take part in the national space challenges. And for 2019, we attended our first RCMRD space challenge, and both teams, the junior team and the senior team, were first in the challenge. We had actually presented our projects on the mosquito. We were finding out the type of mosquitoes in our school, and that is what was done by both junior and senior. We were first. In 2022 again, in the project on urbanization and urban growth in Kenya, our team, both junior and senior, were rated first nationally. We are doing well internationally too. We have managed to become first in IVSS 2020, IVSS 2021, IVSS 2022, and IVSS 2023. Sri Swaminarayan, Sri Swaminarayan produced the best projects in Africa. So in 2020, we did identification of mosquito larva species within the school. In 2021, they did the NDVI project. In 2022, green balconies and terraces, a solution to climate change, my favorite project. And this year we had investigating the impact of mulching on soil. Now I'll take the last few minutes to talk about exploration of mosquito larvae at Sri Swaminarayan Academy. Sorry. We are really interested in identifying mosquito larvae within the Nyali area where our school is. And even outside Nyali, we are now interested in looking at what is happening outside Nyali within the entire Mombasa. We'd like to see the kinds of mosquito species that are found here. You know, Mombasa, Kenya lies within the tropics where the climate is favorable for breeding of mosquitoes. It is warm and humid, and this enables mosquitoes to thrive well. But we also have human activities like poor waste management, crowded living arrangements, which have highly contributed to increased mosquito breeding sites. Our pictures here will actually show you what is happening in some areas like Moroto slum, where we previously said we carried a research. Moroto slum is highly crowded, and this has provided many breeding sites for mosquitoes. And the most prevalent mosquito-borne diseases in Mombasa coast region are chikungunya, dengue, and malaria. So students have been asking quite a number of questions, which I wanted to share with you. They're like, what types of mosquito species do we have around? What is their lifespan? They always want to know, how does the larva identification help in prevention of diseases? You know, you tell students we need to learn how to identify mosquito larvae, and they want to know, how will this help us? They also want to know the characteristics of larva species that we can use to identify them. And they want to know, where will we find this mosquito larva? So those are questions that we have tried to answer in our engagements with the students. So what we do first with the students is we carry out training. We have done a lot of training using the GLOBE protocols on the mosquito larva identification of the breeding sites, they're able to identify even the kind of diseases that are caused by these particular larvae that they identify. Once we have learned the protocol, then we set mosquito traps within the school first, so that the students can get the mosquito larva, which they then use to identify. They use the lenses to identify the mosquito larva species. The students will then sometimes we also visit other areas apart from the larvae that we collect from school. We visit areas like the slum where we had poor waste management. We could collect the mosquitoes from those areas. From the bottles here, we were getting mosquitoes from the plastic bottles. And the boys here were getting the mosquito larvae from the containers, which we had planted the flowers, which we sell to the parents. So these, again, are another area where we were able to collect mosquito larvae. Once we identify the larvae and we identify the diseases that they cause, we go back to find out if it's true that this kind of diseases have been reported in our hospital within the area where we find the larvae. In future, we would like to carry out training for students who are not only from our school, because so far over the years, our concentration as GLOBE teachers have been within our school. So we feel that our students have been able to grasp enough, and we can use the knowledge that they have to reach out to other students, specifically in public schools, who have not been able to get this knowledge. So we are reaching out to students in the coming term. We'll be reaching out to students from Kilifi County. Our school is in Mombasa County, so we want to look at the next county, which is Kilifi County. We want to teach them how to be able to identify the breeding sites, how they can collect the larvae and be able to identify the larvae using the Globe Observer app. We also want to collect and share data from areas outside our county. We will be reaching out to Kwale County to see what kind of mosquitoes that are there, and students who travel will be giving them we will give them the lenses to travel with, so that they can be able to identify even other mosquito larvae that are found in other areas that are not even within Mombasa. We want to organize inter-school symposiums where students will cover this academic year. We will specifically look at land cover and mosquito habitat mapper. We'll be looking at that specifically next academic year. And then we will also carry community awareness campaigns. We are looking at working together with the governors in our two counties, the Kilifi County and Mombasa County, so that they can give us a platform to be able to share our findings with the people, so that we can reduce the issues of mosquito breeding within our county. I would like to thank our principal, who has been very supportive to us. Our deputy head, junior, our principal is Anama Lazar. Our deputy head, junior, Mr. McDonald Tunje, has also been supportive. He gives us opportunity to do GLOBE work and even to carry out the research, even when it's not time for our club. Our country coordinator, Mr. Charles Mwangi, has been supportive to us. When we need the equipment, he has been providing them and to us. Professor Suhail Hashim, the manager, Pwani University Bioscience Research Center, is one person who has guided us through the research, the methods of carrying out research, and she will always make sure that we're on the right track. My fellow GLOBE teacher, Mr. Richard Wemba, who has helped us with all these projects. I also want to thank her. And not forgetting Professor Rebecca Boga and Dr. Rastilo. All those have been of help to us in our school, and we hope to keep working with them. Thank you.